Hello Guardians and Schemers, my name is Fernando and welcome to the show Scheme Theory, where we cover gaming theories that's going on in the gaming universe. Today's episode we are covering the sea monster on Titan. What is it, where it came from, and what do we know about it? Alright, let's hop right into this. Here's some background information for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about. Right off the spawn of Siren's Watch, if you look into the electrified water, you can see the body of a giant sea creature that no one really knows what it is. There's multiple theories out right now of what this might possibly be, but there really isn't a confirmed, obviously, and I feel like there never really isn't going to be. So as I said, it's right at the spawn of Siren's Watch on Titan. If you look into the water, you can see eventually some fins are going to pop up right now. And as you can see, this guy is big. He is no joke. He actually is a big sea monster. I want you to pay attention on this shot of what that monster looks like, alright guys? Because that will come into play later in this video. There's also this terminal located in the room right next to the spider tank public event, where if you do go up to it, it will talk about a giant monster or whatever located underwater. Take a listen, guys.
This system used to detect underwater vessels looking to dock here at the shipyard. That's strange. It still works, and it's picking something up. Something below us. And very, very big.
This terminal has people to believe that it's actually talking about the one that we've seen, but what if I told you guys it might not be? On the story mission Utopia, you were assigned to go down together as CPU for Salone and Zavala. And if you wait in that room, you can see this giant worm. People have no idea what it is. There are multiple theories out there. I'm going to cover some of them today. But I want you guys to pay attention to the body of this worm. It looks way different from the other worm we see on the top of the land. So I actually want to start theory crafting with this worm. I want you to pay attention to the model of the worm and how different it looks from the beginning. Because it does have the same model of a different creature we've already seen. Many theories suggest that this is actually a hive worm underwater in Titan. I want you to look at the hive worm right now and notice the very similarities that it has with the other big worm we've seen. Notice how both of these have a rounded face, girthy body, spikes on their back, and a tail. These similarities actually have people to believe that this is a giant hive worm that has evolved to survive in the methane waters of Titan. Theoretically, hive worms are invincible and feed off despair, so it is entirely possible that this is a hive worm. But what if I told you there was a crazier theory involving the hive worm? In Destiny 1, we were sent to the Dreadnought to find Oryx, the Taken King, on the Dreadnought. And for those of you that didn't know, the Dreadnought is located on the rings of Saturn, and Titan is one of the moons of Saturn. So as we sent Oryx's body drifting off into Saturn, what are the possibilities that his worm landed on Titan? And this could actually be backed up by what we've seen in Destiny 2 already. Occasionally when you kill a hive, they can drop their worm on the ground. It's pretty gross, but it can happen. So why can't that happen with Oryx? And to back it up a little more, you actually can see the circle radius the Dreadnought left behind on the ring of Saturn when it landed there. If you wanted to see this yourself, all you gotta do is spawn in Saturn's Watch, look up for Saturn, and it'll be right there. So what if in fact this actually is Oryx's worm? Hive are allowed to build their body up around with his other body parts, so it is entirely possible, if this is Oryx's worm, for him to remake his body and come back. So what do you think? Do you think it's possible that this is Oryx's worm? And if it is Oryx's worm, would you be mad if they brought him back for a future expansion or something, or like a way to bring back the old raids? Let me know in the comments down below. And now let's talk about the other worm. So for this worm itself, there actually is just two theories. One, simply that it's a brand new race we've never really seen before that's been living there since the Golden Age on Titan. But definitely one of my favorite theories about this is, what if this is the Nine? We don't know much about the Nine, and with the new trials of the Nine, it just opened more questions. Once you do go flawless, you meet the Emissary of the Nine, so that means we know two workers of the Nine that look completely different from each other. There's the Emissary herself, which happens to look like she's awoken. There's a theory that she is either related to the Queen or the Queen herself, but who knows, that's another video. And then there's everyone's favorite trash collector, Xur. In Destiny 1, Xur would bring us these crazy exotics that were powerful as heck to us, and he merely called himself a garbage collector for the Nine, which means that the Nine are either extremely wealthy or so huge and vast that exotics are not exotic to them. I also want you guys to focus on Xur's face. He's giving off this like tentacle type snake thing coming out of his face. In Destiny 2 it is more clear that they are tentacles coming out of his face. And what else have we seen that looks kind of like a giant tentacle? The sea monster on Titan. In Destiny 1 there is a Grimoire card that talks about the Nine that literally quotes, "The Nine are an ancient Leviathan intelligence from the seas of Europa or the hydrocarbon pits of Titan." If this is to be taken literal, that means that this sea monster is either the race of the Nine, or just another member of the Nine like Xur or the Emissary. There's also been poking at the fact that the Nine may be abandoned ghosts. They kind of toy with that with the Flawless Sniper and a couple Grimoire here and then, but hey, that's another video and nothing to do with the sea monster. And that's the video, guys. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Do you believe in the whole sea monster theories? There is a joke that people have clipped through the map to see what the sea monster actually is, and it's just a circle that keeps going on loop. But I think it's just a texture thing, and lore-wise, the secrets that we've been talking about is probably what it is. So just to recap on the theories real quick, there's the theory that is maybe it's just something that lives there that we've never met before. 2, that is a member or the actual race of the Nine, or 3, that is a Hive Worm, more specifically Oryx's Hive Worm. I would like to thank you guys for taking the time and watching this video. If you have any questions, or if you have any facts that I missed or anything, please run down in the comments. Let's have a conversation. Please leave a like and please share and subscribe to the Scheme Team for more videos coming up. Thank you guys. My name is Fernando. This was The Scheme Theory, and I'll see you guys next time.